Hey booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. This is take 3 of a Saturday Reads video. God, it's the weekend. But yeah, you guys, I even just in that short amount of time, I am really rusty. So my apologies. Fortunately you won't see the other drafts, if you will, of this video. So I really want to talk to you guys about what I've been reading. I finished my first book of 2023. This is Talking to Girls about Duran, One Young Man's Quest for True Love and a Cooler Haircut by Sheffield. And it's a kind of a growing up story with music. Each chapter essay has a different song title. Sometimes those songs are just a footnote, and sometimes they play a much more important role in the chapter. The two chapters, the first chapter and the last chapter, really heavily focus on Duran, and I thought those were the best essays in there. But it was nostalgic. I think it was just a little bit off for me because I'm just a little tiny bit younger than Rob Sheffield, and so I mean, he remembers the day that his family got cable and he was finally able to watch MTV and what MTV was like in the very beginning. And so, yeah, I don't quite have that memory. I definitely remember spending lots of time wasted waiting for a video to appear on MTV or VH1 or my new favorite song or a song I just wanted to dance to. I spent a lot of time rotating between those two channels. So that was fun. Rob Sheffield, would go on to work for MTV and write for Rolling Stone. So he clearly knows his music. But Duran, and I guess apparently like super fans of Duran are called Durannies. I didn't know that until I read this book. They're one of those bands that I like their songs, like that, I mean, especially things like Hungry Like Wolf and Rio, View to a Kill? I think so. Anyway, but like I hear them, but I don't necessarily go, oh, that's Duran. Like I just started singing along. But anyway, so I am gonna send this book on. This is one of the oldest books on my TBR. I mean, how do I want to say this? One of the books that has been on my TBR the longest. I got it last year when I won a $50 eBay gift certificate, and so, but I do want to send it on to somebody who was closer to Rob Sheffield's age in the 80s. Yeah, it was fun. There's one chapter in here about New Kids on the Block that I got a huge kick out of because I definitely remember when they emerged. So it was fun. It's a fun read. I'd be curious to hear if anybody has read anything else by Rob Sheffield and what they thought of it. I'm curious if he's still writing now. Like, what is he writing about? Is he still writing about music? So anyway, first book of 2023. And of course, it's my #1 high priority book of the year, Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, translated from the French by Julie Rose. And I'm torn about how much to say about the book because I do think I'm gonna want to make some kind of review video on it, but I am loving this. If you are reading this, I want to know how you're feeling about it in the comments section. I just really I think one of the things, God, it's just so big. It's just like this weight. One of the things I'm loving is that from the very beginning of the book, you understand that Victor Hugo, he's in no rush. He's in no hurry to finish this book. He is going to tell you everything about the characters in this story and the places that they lived and some world events that were going on. I got a couple comments when I announced kind of that I was going to be reading this at the beginning of the year. Somebody told me like, oh, like you're going to know everything about Paris, the Paris sewer system. And I'm just like, all right, that's fine. That's cool. You know, I can handle it. And then somebody else chimed in and said, no, it's not actually that. It's Waterloo. Like, you're going to spend so much time in Waterloo. And I just thought that was nuts. I was like, Waterloo? Like, what? No. And then literally the next chapter I got to in the book was called Waterloo. So yeah, Victor Hugo takes this kind of, I mean, just, it's a pretty big side angle, I think. And I'm really curious. I'm still kind of contemplating, you know, why he wanted to include this. I think, and I could be mistaken, so I apologize for those of you who are better French historians than I am. But I mean, I think by the time this book was published, there would still have been some people who had been alive when Waterloo happened. But Victor Hugo actually went to the battlefield to make sure that what he was writing about in here was accurate, and he really does a great job of describing this epic battle between Napoleon and Wellington, and it actually reminded me a lot of and this is going to sound strange, but it did remind me quite a bit of the way Ken Burns tells the stories of certain battles and things like his just absolutely fantastic documentary on America's Civil War. And yeah, so I'm still curious, and I'm still contemplating like why Victor Hugo included that in the story. And there is a little tiny bit at the end that leads you back to the primary characters in the book. But I think there were other reasons why he included it. Now, one of the things I'm struggling with this book is that it's just so cumbersome. It's just so awkward. If I do read it in bed, I have to sit up. I cannot lay down, which is why I've been reading some other paperbacks. I'm going to tell you about one of them here. The next book I just started shortly, but you know, it has been challenging to make this such a priority. I have kind of a page goal for each day. I'm a little bit behind, but I think I can catch up this weekend. But oh man, you know, it's really hard. Like Jason has wanted me to watch some things, and I've been like, no, I'm sorry, I have to read. I have to read in this. It is not the kind of thing that I could easily see it spiraling out of control, you know, and then suddenly, because ideally I'd like to have this done by the end of February, and I totally think I can do it, but it has meant saying like, no, I'm not gonna watch a movie tonight, or, you know, the Australian Open tennis tournament is going on right now, and we actually have access to it for the first time in so like since January of 2020. I think, yeah. I mean, it's been a really long time since we've been able to watch tennis, and I'm kind of like, I only want to watch certain players, or I want to watch matches where it's like lights out, like amazing, like the best tennis ever. And so I've had to turn away and make some sacrifices in order to do this, but this was my choice. Like, it was my choice to start the year off with this book, but I just can't read it like all the time. It's just too big. I do have a paperback edition of this, and I'm gonna get to why later. Another video, I will talk to you more about why I'm sticking with this one instead. But I did start another book that I would have never picked up had it not been for booktube, and that is My Name is Asher Lev by Chaim Potok. I in 2020, God, it's like the year we set all things by now. In 2020, pre-COVID, Jason and I had decided we were going to go a year without buying anything and trying to just read what we own. And at the end of that year, I had been able to let go of so many books that I felt like I could buy some, and asked you guys for recommendations. And this is one of the books that came up. I didn't buy it, obviously, because this is an insanely used copy. But then I found it at my parents' house, and I nicked it. I think it probably only has maybe... I'm hoping that I can actually get through this particular edition, because it is really, really coming apart. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but like this front page, see how like, yeah, it's like pulling away from the spine. So, so this is what I'm reading at night when I actually want to lay down and read something, because I think Les Mis would probably kill me if it fell on me, if I fell asleep while I was reading it. So I have just started this week, so I don't have anything to say yet, but next week we'll talk. Hopefully I'll have made some progress in this and caught up in Les Mis. Oh, I really want to hear what you guys are reading this weekend. If you have any special plans. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. I know there are some new faces out there, and so I hope you'll leave a comment and say hello. You can, if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can leave an emoji. You can give this video a thumbs up as a way just to say hello. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you down below. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and I will be back soon with another bookish video. Bye.